Hello everyone and welcome to this bathroom makeover video. This video will be uploaded in different parts as a series, and this will be the first part of this bathroom makeover series. In this first part, I'm going to start off with the walls. As you can see, they're completely covered in tiles, and if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I hate tiles, definitely these old outdated ones. And yeah, they're also bluish, the pattern, I just don't like them. So in this part I'm going to change the walls into a wall, and you will see how I'm going to do that. So the first thing I started with was the ceiling, and as you can see it's all cratchy or scratchy, if that's even a word, but I guess you know what I mean. And I did it with a knife to make it all even. I know there are other tools you can use, but I didn't mind buying them, to be honest, because the knife worked out pretty good. The only thing I would advise you to use is glasses if you have those, and if you're planning on doing this. I didn't use glasses, I know, I didn't have them, and therefore I got punished for it, as you can see. But to be honest, I didn't mind and I kept going, and I was done pretty fast. I guess you can tell by the look of my face that I didn't like what I'm doing. That's because it's all rusty, like the screws were even rusty, so that's why I was holding paper, because obviously I didn't want to touch the rust. So yeah, I also don't know for how long we even got this lamp. A little disclaimer, by the way, this is our house that we visited once a year or almost every year in summer. So I never really cared about the bathroom. It's just that I live here now, so that's why I want to change everything up. Yeah, the sound that you just heard was actual rust. That's how rusty it is. I'm painting the ceiling white because I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with it. There might be a chance that I'm going to use the same color as for the walls, but I'm still not sure. So that's why I played it safe by just painting them white for now. Now it's time to clean up the mess that I made, and for this I'm using a regular Sillet Bang all-purpose cleaner, which worked totally fine, and the tiles were completely clean, so now I could finally start with plastering them. The first part that I did was fill the joint or the grouts of it, and that way to make it all even. But to be honest, after a while I was like, why am I even doing this, because it's all going to be even. So I decided to just go with the product all over the tiles instead of just filling the grouts, so that way it worked faster. And yeah, just like I thought, there was no difference. I will show you in a bit what I'm using for the tiles. It's a product that you use immediately on top of the towels. You don't have to use anything else like you see. Just make sure that the towels are clean and you're ready to go. Also, I wouldn't use this when it's 30 degrees or more outside, because then it gets very annoying to work with. Apart from that, it's a very easy product and it's actually very satisfying. I really enjoyed plastering. I never thought that I would say something like this, but I really enjoy plastering because it's such a fine product to use with. Now it sounds like I'm being sponsored by it, but I wish. This is my first video, so I'm new here. There is no sponsoring for me, but yeah, that's just how happy I am with the product that I will show you in a bit. And apart from that, for the next 2 weeks, because I'm also working at the same time, so it took me 2 weeks to plaster the bathroom. So for the next 2 weeks, this is basically what I did. Now it's finally time to remove these ugly plastic holders. I think I got the most happy about this part because I really didn't like them. It wasn't also my idea to hang them up there, but yeah, I'm not gonna name names. So after removing them, I also had to remove this lamp. Also an ugly one. It made me feel like I was in a garage or something, or a school lamp. So yeah, this also looks very harder than it actually was. I never removed any wires or anything. Also, I cut off the electricity, of course, but it turned out to be very easy, easier than I thought, to be honest. So then I had to tape it because I didn't want it to be covered in plaster or anything else, glasses, because now I'm going to work on the mirror. That's also my biggest fear that I had about this bathroom, was this mirror. I had no idea how I was going to remove it, but after watching a lot of YouTube tutorials, I decided that this technique would be the best. There are many techniques there, many ways how to remove a mirror, and the most famous one, or yeah, the most used technique, I would say, is the one with a wooden stick behind the mirror. For me, it wasn't an option because this mirror is actually bigger than it looks on camera, and I'm doing everything alone, so it would be no option for me to use the wooden technique. So I use this one with the tape, and I'm using a lot of tape, like a lot of tape, more than you see on the video, but you'll see in a bit, and that way it would be safer to just break the mirror. As you can see, the most part of the mirror is still stuck on the tape, and it's just small pieces of glass that would just come off. So that's why I wore shoes. And if you have kids or pets, I would just keep an eye on them, to not go into the bathroom because it gets very messy and there's glass everywhere. So apart from that, it's basically just tapping little by little, just small parts of the mirror until everything just breaks off. If you have gloves or glasses, I would recommend you to use them as well. To be honest, my stubborn head didn't want to. Also, I didn't have glasses. If I had them, I would definitely use them, but at the end I didn't really need it. Most of the part is still stuck on the tape, as you can see, and it's just smaller pieces that come off, fly around. But yeah, gloves, if you're afraid to cut yourself, I would definitely use gloves. I think that's more important than the glasses. I had two really, really small cuts. Like, I wouldn't even call them cuts, it's just like small, small parts on my hand, and that's it. I would actually expect me to have more cuts or anything because it's a big mirror. Like I said, it's bigger on camera, and then or it's bigger in real life than on camera. So I expected myself to have some cuts, if by the look of the glasses, like it's a lot. But actually, no, it's a really safe technique, safe way to just remove a mirror that's stuck on the wall. And that's it. As you can see, it had 12 parts, 12 tape parts that was stuck on the wall. And now that I'm looking at it, I don't even think that the wooden stick would actually work. It would just take me forever. And I wasn't planning on keeping this mirror anyway, so that's why I decided to just break it. Yeah, little did I know. I was still singing at this point, but I had no idea what was about to happen. So, long story short, I didn't know where the main key was to shut off the water system in this house, and this sink didn't have one of its own. So, my stubborn head thought that I could just be fast and use those blue water stop thingies while the water was still running. And obviously, it wasn't a good idea. And one of the tubes or the pipes even got stuck, so the water kept on running, and this all happened off camera. So the whole bathroom was wet. Part of the living room was also wet. It was basically a pool, and the water kept running for like, let's say, 3 minutes, like 3 full minutes. Like, it was a hell, and I was so scared and afraid, and then I didn't know what to do because, yeah, like I said, I didn't know where the main key was. So this day was a hell. But eventually, I did find the main key, and it's outside apparently in Tunisia. Not like in the Netherlands, we have it inside of our own homes, but here it's outside. So, after I shut off the whole water system in this house, I could finally remove the sink after being all wet and all, but yeah. Now I'm going to use the technique of the blue water stoppy thing because this sink still doesn't have a water shut off system. So I'm going to do it by cutting the pipe, and that's because this thingy screw, I don't know what the name is, but yeah, the thing that you see, the screw, is very stuck on the pipe, and I couldn't remove it. And I did have to do it this way because the blue thing is going to be inside the water pipe, and that way, for that, have you ever had the dream that when you yeah, I have this moment now, but um again, and the I'm so sorry, guys, if you're here actually genuinely wanting to look at a video and learn something. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just being me. But okay, I had to remove the screws anyways because the blue thingies had to be placed inside of the pipe like this. And this will work as a key to shut off the water. I finished the first layer of the plaster, and now I'm sanding it down with an 80 grit sanding paper to make it all even. So when we will start with the second layer, it will feel all smooth. It already feels like a wall at this point, and it's only the first layer. And after the second layer, you also can tell that it's been tiles before by the look of it. And I'm also not sure yet what I'm going to do with the walls, because obviously I'm not going to keep it this way. I'm planning on painting them, and maybe I'm also going to do some kind of structure, like a nice Mediterranean structure, but I'm not really sure. But you all see that in the second part of this video. So I would like to thank you all for watching and see you in the next part.